Hey, how are you all doing today? I hope you're all doing well and joining Tigger and I, as you know what, we're going to change things up because that's how I roll, isn't it, Tigger? And you can't hardly handle it because he's the planner. But you know what? I'm going to let you hold that feather and be the planner because we are actually talking about planning today. We're talking about getting ready for hunting camp, elk camp, or if you're planning on that last fall hunting trip or camping trip of the season, some easy meals that you can make now that will taste even better later when you're out in the field.
So we kind of, I'm going to say, I don't want to say we got the bug. I'm going to say especially me kind of got the bug. Can
You're
I tell
sitting
the story?
here wearing orange. So yes, I would say you've got the bug.
Cool. Can I tell a story of where we were at last weekend?
You can.
Okay,
Let's jump right into it.
We were announcing a shootout rodeo, which is super cool, by the way. We actually need to tell y'all about that, about what goes on with this whole shootout rodeo series. It was awesome. But one of the individuals that was there on the committee, he said, you need to go to this, I don't know what you call it, a park or a wildlife refuge.
It actually was the White Horse Hill National Game Preserve. It was a national game preserve.
Okay, gotcha. So we drove, and he said, you might see some animals if you go. And we thought, oh, give me a break, Brandon. Might see some animals. I mean, come on. So we went driving through there, and then we went walking up this big tower. We came back down, and we were driving through, and it was a really neat drive. And I had mentioned to Beck, I had said, man, I'd really like to come back here and have our packs with and go hiking because it was up and down and switchbacks. And just like that, I saw movement, and you were on your phone, and you were texting, imagine that. And I bumped you, and I said, hey, look up. And there was a bull elk.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a few cows that was with him. And what was super cool is they were used to the car, right?
They're used to the vehicles.
Mm-hmm. And so you got some amazing pictures of them. And I kind of just went, and I've been focused on hunting season ever since.
Yes.
And I want to go everywhere. I mean, I'm like, can I get a tag in every state?
Exactly.
So now I'm just going nuts.
Yes, it has. It kind of, it sets you off. And I know a lot of guys are going, wait a second, we've been excited for months. It took Tigger till he actually saw the bull elk walking within, 10 yards of the pickup to get, whoa, excited.
Well, you know why? Because I didn't get drawn for our elk tag in our state. Mm-hmm. And that always kind of breaks my heart.
Oh, you were kind of bummed out because you didn't get the bighorn sheep tag, and you didn't get
I didn't
like
get
everyone else, and we didn't either.
But I didn't get drawn for my deer tag. And we did not get drawn for antelope, and we thought we were definitely going to get drawn for antelope. We didn't get that. I didn't get nothing. I mean, I got a gratis tag.
I was going to say, you still have a gratis tag to fill. It's not like you didn't get nothing.
Do, but, I mean,
you have some premier pheasant hunting on your place, so I know we'll get lots of time out there.
I just wanted something a little more exotic. Is what I wanted. I mean, for me and Joel to go do our deal.
All right, well, if you've been wondering who us two goons are that just jumped right into it today, I am Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck.
Didn't you do that part?
No, I didn't. And you've been listening to Jeff Tigger Erhardt get all excited about hunting, and you are listening to The Bend Radio Show. We are an outdoor show, so yes, you never know. You're going to jump out of the tractor, pull the big rig over, and take a ride with us. Our spotlight today is on Joan Alberts from Holland, Michigan. A big congrats to her as she reeled in a beautiful king salmon to kick off the fall salmon run in Michigan. The other day, she was out in the morning fishing on the Pierre Marquette River in Custer, Michigan. Thank you, Joan, so much for sharing the pictures with us and posting them on social media and tagging The Bend. Keep reeling in the biggins.
I will say this, in the last couple of years, 2 years or whatever it's been that you've been doing the Bend Radio Show, you have expanded your network, especially in the angling department, with all different anglers across the country. And you're always talking about keep bringing in the biggins, but Can I rub it in a little bit that when you go fishing, you're bringing in the minnows. I mean, you are bringing in tadpoles.
Okay,
you are bringing in, I don't even know if they qualify as anything aquatic.
Do I need to bring out my pictures of when you're not with me? You know, I'm a fisherman. I've done a lot of fishing in Michigan, Lake Michigan, Green Bay, Wisconsin, all places too. You just haven't been with.
You do not have pictures when you caught anything.
Here, I'm showing you right now. Look at that. Blue and I slaying the salmon on Lake Michigan.
Whatever.
About 3 years ago.
I was on Lake
about 3 years.
Michigan, and the captain went and found it for you. He handed you the rod, and you reeled it. Whatever.
Fine, he does. I will let you have that one. Tigger does tend to get the big uns around this place.
I guess if you could call them big uns.
Congrats again to Joan Alberts. Now for the news. Florida, where Hector Haida Sr. celebrated his 95th birthday with his 50th skydive. He wore an American flag shirt as he jumped out of the plane. And Tigger, listen to this. Hector, he first served as a pilot back in World War II from 1945 to 1947.
Thank you for your service.
Absolutely. And happy 95th birthday and continuing to be a true American hero. Now north to New York.
Sorry, is there any way that we can reach out to him to try to get his story? Because if we don't have the ability to capture these stories, they're going to be lost forever. Somebody
Absolutely. Actually, that's a great idea.
Of when he served, when he did. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt your
So
stuff.
if any of you that are listening, if you do know any details about Mr. Hector Haida Sr., please send us his story. We'd love to know more about him.
Or anybody for that matter, that, those that have served in our U.S. Armed Forces, because we love to be able to capture those stories and have them.
Absolutely.
For everybody to enjoy. Yeah.
Now heading north to New York. Watch your packages. A couple from New York recently received an unusual package, misdelivered to them by, they believe, Amazon. The package contained live lizards and iguanas. Not just one, multiple.
But that's okay to do, though, because you can... That's people
yes, you can order exotic
snakes
those
and
types
stuff
of animals.
like that.
Yes,
and
you just hope they get sent to the proper recipient.
Okay, right. You don't want to open that by accident.
Yeah, for example. So in this incident, authorities were called and the package was then taken to a local sanctuary for safekeeping until that proper recipient was able to come and get their new pets. Now to Texas. Gator guards ATM machine. Texas has been having quite a few gator stories lately. Well, this one takes us to Lake Worth, Texas, where the police were called to an ATM machine because an alligator was hissing at people trying to withdraw money. A game warden had to be called to the scene to subdue the alligator. It was then taken to a nearby habitat, but thankfully no one was injured. That's a wrap of the news for now. Stay where you are. You never know what's coming around this bend. We'll be right back. Waterfowl, turkey, deer. ToxicCalls.com offers all of the various styles of calls needed to take your hunt to the next level when you create, quite simply, the most real sound yet. American made to boot. Order today. ToxicCalls.com.
Join the Celebration Nation. Never miss another national day. From National Pretzel Day to Junk Food Day, be notified about contests, coupons, and prize opportunities. NationalDayCalendar.com. Never miss a reason to celebrate every day.
Little Rack Taxidermy. Be it a youth's first hunt or a trophy of a lifetime, let it be something you always remember.
Reach out to Little Rack Taxidermy on Facebook and have Heather bring back that natural look. That's Little Rack Taxidermy. Want to add just a little bit of spice to your event, your customer appreciation supper, your banquet, your meeting?
Oh, yeah.
Well, bring in us, Beck and I, as your keynote speakers, hosts, MCs, a host couple. We'll make them laugh, even cry tears of joy. Call us today.
This is Beck. First, I appreciate all of you for listening and making The Bend part of your week. Many of you have asked, how do I catch past episodes? The answer is super easy. Head to thebendshow.com and click on the Shows tab. There you can listen to every episode all the way back to episode 1. Podcasters, head to your favorite podcasting app and search The Bend. You'll find us. Be sure to follow and subscribe and never miss another episode again. Welcome back to The Bend. I am your host, Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck, and Tigger is sitting shotgun with me for this one. We're talking hunting camp, deer camp, elk camp, bear hunting camp, or maybe just going on that last fall camping trip. before the snow is too heavy and you're kind of calling it quits for the year. Although some of you are diehards, I tend to still go when there's snow on the ground. So you're not done yet. But Tigger, you've been on my mind. You're always about planning ahead. So I thought you're going to like this one.
I'm all ears.
I'm talking, let's plan ahead and let's make some easy meals. Do that meal prep now, weeks before you head out, so that it is done. Off the list, sayonara, and you're not having to worry about it. You just got to throw it in the cooler and roll.
Who are you?
I knew I'd have you taken by surprise. I never told him what the topic was going to be today.
I think this is I think this is a fantastic idea.
Well, then
because too many times I'm not saying I'm saying you as in general you. I'm trying to dig myself out of this. I'm saying too many times a person, what is it? You don't prepare to fail, you fail to prepare.
Wisely said. Wisely said.
And we've said this the last few years, is that if you're elk hunting with your family and you're doing that thing, I just want you to be able to enjoy the best of the experience. I get it where, well, it's rain and we got stuck and all of this and that makes memories. Yes, it does. But wouldn't it be better to make good memories versus everything just went to pot memories?
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
That's going to be a discussion for another day.
That's what I'm saying. I would rather have that. I would rather have the enjoyable memories versus chaos and pandemonium. Anyhow, all right, we're making meals. What are we making?
Well, and what has my wheels a turning on this is because often when you're out at elk camp or whatever type of camping you are doing, and we're saying, this is instances where if you are packing in, you're using horses where you have panniers so you can bring a cooler with. These are the ideas I'm going to give you.
Gotcha.
Are ones where you can actually still bring your coolers with, or maybe you have a base camp where your vehicles are left and you're coming back for the day. So after a long day of going down the switchbacks and now it's after dark, last thing you want to do is have to start creating meals from scratch. Or
I can agree with that.
Or have to we've dabbled with the dry food ones. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but sometimes they just don't taste the way you really wish they would when you are starving, hungry at the end of a day.
Can I add a suggestion? Is that when you are looking at these meals, it is not the time to experiment when you are on the side of a mountain. Where you haven't eaten something before, because you're all excited and some people have a little bit more nervous stomach than the other ones. You don't want to get sick because that's when you decided you're going to experiment into a whole new type of food.
And I'm glad you brought that up because that topic has been a hot one lately on many of my social media groups that I am in, especially men and women that are they're just getting into doing these bigger hunts. They've waited their whole lives because let's be real, that's expensive. When an elk tag can cost you $1,000, that's just for the tag. That's not getting there, the diesel, nothing else. I've had instances lately, I'm just going to throw this in there, where people have literally bought a case of the dried food, just going off of reviews, never having tried it.
Didn't try it at home.
To get it and say something about, look at this case that I got of X, Y, or Z brand dry food, and everybody going, oh my God, you bought that much without trying it? You better not leave the bathroom. Don't go far from the bathroom. And it came back to kind of kick them in the you know what. Yes, it wasn't a good deal.
Right.
So here is the mindset. When you're thinking about these easy meals to make ahead, right now we're getting into chili season, stews. You're making pulled pork for your tailgating, your sloppy joes, items like that. Well, if you have those favorite recipes that are your go-tos, make a bigger batch right off the bat. Make a double or triple batch and then freeze what you would use for your party and take it up the mountain or take it out to the field with you. And when I'm telling you,
don't have to pack extra ice.
You got it. You have it froze solid. Freeze it in a container that you can probably burn the packaging.
Who are you?
Look at that. You kept everything cold.
Who are you?
You're coming back with no garbage.
Jam.
And now also with all the farmers markets going on, if you're kind of like, well, wait a second. Did she just say what I said? She said chili and beef stew or game stew or pulled pork or sloppy joes. Oh, what else can I do this with? Well, think about all your vegetables that are in season right now as you're prepping them for winter. Or, if you're doing any of the canning or freezing your vegetables, why not freeze them in aluminum foil right away too? So they're a packet, like a serving size for your group. Slice and dice those zucchinis up, throw some corn on the cob in there. You can freeze it all. Just drizzle a little bit of olive oil over it, some salt and pepper, your favorite seasonings, and you can make your own little veggie packets that are ready to go in the fire when you come back from a hard day out in the field.
Now, maybe it's just me, but I think one of the enjoyments or one of the big things about hiking and camping and going back to hunting camp, it's the camaraderie of eating a meal together. And a lot of times those meals are pretty darned amazing.
They
Person
are.
can eat really, 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 really good. So why not have the best possible experience that you can, even if you aren't like some people where you can hire a cook to come in. That's one of my favorite things. If I can cook for everybody, I think that's cool. But maybe you're not in that position to bring somebody and all that gear, but still have the best possible meal you can with the people that are in your crew, in your group.
You said it perfectly, and I'm going to just spin off of that because sometimes you think about if you're traveling with younger kids and stuff, the neatest thing I was told on the last elk hunt that I went with my nephew was it was his first time out. We all had to write down what our favorite memory was. He had never been out elk hunting in Montana or anything, but you know what his number one thing was? He loved coming back to camp and having supper.
Aha.
Just as you
There's
said.
something about, everybody says that. I mean, a meal is what brings people together. That's when you celebrate. Love together, regardless. If you had a tough day out there, say you didn't get your elk, you didn't do this, people don't get along sometimes. But when you come back and have that meal,
something
it all
about a
is
meal.
better.
I couldn't agree more. Well, folks, stick with us. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to hear a field update coming out of South Dakota. We're going to be talking a little bit more about what to have or not have at a tailgate. Plus, we have some news you just don't hear anywhere else. Stay where you are. We'll be right back.
The calendar has been marked, your aim is on point, and all that's missing is the clothes to take you to the next level. TheTellyOutdoors.com specializes in clothes that fits, wicks, and moves silently while providing comfort and durability. TheTellyOutdoors.com.
Check out Buckstorm on YouTube. Anything from elk, deer, to bighorn sheep hunting across the state of South Dakota and surrounding states. Weekly videos of how the hunt really happens. Head on over to YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram and subscribe. Where will the Buckstorm take you?
Add a little heat to those burgers and brats. Add some Mickey's mustard or some Mickey's hot mustard to your summer cooking. Ain't nothing like it. Mickey's mustard. That's Mickey'sMustard.com. Mickey's mustard.
National Day Calendar, where the world celebrates every day. We are the official National Day Calendar that covers all of our favorite things in life. Subscribe today to National Day Calendar and never miss a reason to celebrate every day.
It's all about you. This is Michelle with About You Photography. Super excited to be the official photographer of Tigger and Beck. Other than the ranch, photography and design is what I do for a living. From rodeo and Western sports to the elegant to the tasteful, artistic, beautiful, and private, we can take care of whatever you're needing. If I can make Tigger look good, imagine what I can do for you. Get a hold of me for all of your photography needs, from custom shoots to stock photos.
Welcome back to The Bend, and thanks for sticking with us. I am your host, Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck. Tigger is here too, but we're going to head to the hotlines first, where one of our Bend field staffers left us a message. Let's take a listen.
Hey, everybody. Travis from Buckstorm out in western South Dakota. Thought I'd call and just see how everyone's season was going. Hopefully it's off to a good start. We are currently chasing elk like crazy. They're bugling their brains out. The best 2 weeks of the year are here, so hopefully if you have an elk tag in your pocket, archery in most cases, this time of year you're out chasing, or whatever you're chasing. The deer are pretty much nocturnal. There's been a full moon the last week or so, so naturally this time of year they're not on their feet a lot, but you can't kill one from the couch. So hopefully you're all having a good time. Stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks again, Travis, for calling in, and best of luck again to everybody out there with it being bow season throughout most of the country. I know Missouri, you guys just opened up here the last couple of days, so wait to join in on the rush. Anyway, we wish everybody all a great season. We look forward to hearing all of your field updates. So if you do have one, please feel free to give us a call or text us at any time. Call 305-900-BEND. That is 305-900-2363. We can't wait to hear how you're all doing out there. Now for Beck's Barrel of Feel Good News. I have a lot of fun calling things Beck's Barrel of
something.
Exactly.
I'm not going to add to that one.
Heading to Belgium for this one, where 298 people came together to set a new Guinness World Record when they cannonball dived into the swimming pool at the same time.
Now, was it a swimming pool or was it?
Says it was a swimming pool. All right. Originally, 345 people gathered and attempted the plunge. However, only 298 of those people counted towards the record because they had to have proper cannonball form. Can you imagine how big of a swimming pool you needed?
So wait a minute. They had to have proper cannonball form. I mean, how difficult is it to just... Oh, maybe somebody were belly flopping.
You got it.
Heaven
you got
forbid we don't have proper cannonball form.
Well, we're not done with the Guinness World Records yet. Now we're coming back to the States. Idaho, have another one for you to round out summer. David Rush of Idaho set the new world record for popping water balloons with his armpits when he popped 26 water balloons in his armpit in 1 minute.
Okay, you said he broke a world record.
Yes.
So there was already a world record that
Right.
was set. So somebody sought out this particular talent that they have to go as far as to break a world record. Are you recognizing the sarcasm?
I know. It's ridiculous news.
Okay.
That's why it's in Beck's Barrel
I'm
of
just
Feel Good,
saying.
ridiculous news and everything else that might fit in it. But yes, so David Rush of Idaho, he did this hanging upside down. And no, I know you're going to say, Tigger, what was the point of that? I am uncertain how this helped the race at all. But I will say this man kind of must know what he's doing because he already holds more than 250 Guinness World Records. Yep, now I got you quiet.
Well, now I'm just wondering, what are all these different ones that he sought after?
I'll have to find that. That's for another day. One last tip for y'all before we wrap the show up. If you're getting ready for the next tailgating party, I had a recent survey cross my radar, and it was worst foods to have at a football tailgate party. Now, I know we already earlier in the show talked about easy meals to make ahead for camping and such, but I wanted to bring back, we got Friday Night Lights going on.
So the worst foods are the hardest ones to prepare?
Worst food. So
based on what people would not like?
Right. Don't have these. Well, they might like them, but they're not going to work well at a tailgate. Got any ideas, Tigger?
That they won't work well at a tailgate. I don't know, because we grill
ice cream.
41%
of people
Why wouldn't that work?
have said, do not bring ice cream. It's going to melt. How are you going to keep it froze?
Well, a lot of times people
you're out on the concrete. You got a tent up outside of the football game.
But a lot of times when you're tailgating, it's snowing out.
Okay,
if you're in the north, it's snowing.
I was going to say, depending on what part of the U.S.
I will not seek ice
another
cream
one you might veto on this, too. They said don't bring pie.
I don't like these.
I know, you love pie. The last one I can get on board with, salad. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, you don't really want to have a bunch of roughage at a tailgate party. It's going to be all about the protein and hydration.
Although
as far as I know, that's how it works.
I'm still bring the macaroni salad. I'm okay with that one. Well, there you have it. There's some thought for ponder. We'll talk again next week. Folks, as always, if you have a field update, a topic we should investigate, a different recipe, or a tale of your own to share, send it this way. Call, text 305-900-BEND. That is 305-900-2363. Or you can always email bendradioshow@gmail.com. Social media, we're everywhere there too. Facebook and Instagram. Follow us at The Bend Show. Thank you to my producer, sound engineer, co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt, and to our Bend field staffer, Travis Teal from Buckstorm for covering the Badlands again. As y'all keep making those memories this fall, especially as hunting season and autumn festivities really get underway, the pumpkin patches are opening everywhere. Be sure to keep sending in those pictures by email and always tagging at The Bend Show on social media. We love hearing and sharing your life with you, whether you're on or off the trail, in the tractor seat, or tackling that next chapter from a new outdoors hobby to ranching to hunting to just trying to make it through the week. We want to see it all. We want to see and hear about those memorable moments. If you missed some of this episode, or maybe you want to catch some of our past shows, head to our website, thebendshow.com, and be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting app. Looking to change things up at your next event, conference, or awards banquet? Have us, Tigger and Beck, entertain your crowd. From MCs to the event headliner, public speaker, to acting as the host couple, let us make your gathering extra special. From ranching to rodeo, cattle, hunting, fishing, camping, so much more. We have the stories to share with the laughs to be had. Thank you to our partners, Ditali Outdoors, About You Photography, Buckstorm, Little Rack Taxidermy, Mickey's Mustard, ToxicCalls.com, Wabalo Creek Outfitters, Atlas Tracks, Abrahamson Rodeo Company, RFD TV, and the Cowboy Channel. Finally, a big thanks to all of you listeners that came along, and whether you're coming or going today, stay with us as we ranch it up. Remember to keep up with me, Beck, all week long by following The Bend on Facebook and on Instagram at The Bend Show. This is Rebecca Wanner. Catch Beck if you can next week on The Bend.